Pay close attention to this video. A man ends up kissing a woman who was inside a car, and this makes her very surprised. At this point, the woman's boyfriend gets into the car and the man stops kissing and goes to the front seat of the car. The other man then asks the woman what happened, but she says nothing had happened. She then asks her boyfriend how his work was going, and he says that question was really dumb and that she should stop talking about those things because he worked too hard to give her money. She tells him he didn't need to talk like that, but he says he was annoyed by it. She then says they could go out for a bite to eat, but the other man says he didn't want to do that. He said he was too busy and then asked his driver to leave. Later, the woman excitedly goes to her boyfriend's room, but when she gets there, she realizes that he was sleeping. She says that she expected it and that she never had what she wanted. She says that she was always trying to be the most beautiful woman possible for her boyfriend, but that he never cared about it and that she couldn't take it anymore. She says she just wanted a person who truly valued her by her side and that she didn't think that was too much to ask. She then lies down next to her husband and begins to try to sleep. At this moment, the man appears and starts kissing her. She gets very excited about it and says that she had been waiting for him for a long time. At that moment, she realizes that it was all a dream and she gets scared. The other man wakes up and asks what happened. She said it wasn't a big deal and that she had just had a different dream. He then tells her that she should stop it so he can go back to sleep. She is very surprised by what had happened and then tries to go back to sleep. Sometime later, the other man was getting ready to go to work. At this moment, the woman appears and asks if he was going to work, and he, very angry, says yes. He asks her what she wanted and then she said she wished he had more time to spend with her. She said that they could do something together and that she really missed being by his side. He says that he was very busy at that point and that he couldn't do anything about it, but that they could talk about it later. He said that they could think of something for them to do together later, but that now he was busy with his work and that he couldn't be distracted by other matters. She asked him if he was really going to think about it and he said yes, but now he needed to go to work. She then says that she was already finishing getting ready to leave, but the other man says that he couldn't wait any longer. He said that since she wasn't ready to leave, he would go alone. He tells her that he couldn't wait for her anymore and that she could call a cab or something like that to get her to work as he was too busy and needed to leave. She asks if he really couldn't take her to her work and he said no, as he was too late. She was then going after her boyfriend when she realizes that the man was waiting for him there. She asks what he was doing there, since her boyfriend had said that he was very late. But the man said he could take the woman if she wanted. She said she couldn't ask him for that, but he insists he would take her. At that moment, the man goes up to the woman and kisses her, which makes her very surprised. She asks why he did that again and he asks her to stay next to him. She said she couldn't do it, but he said he could make her very happy and that the other man didn't value her. She said she couldn't do that because she was dating his boss and that it wasn't right. But he said he just wanted a chance to prove that her boyfriend was unfaithful. She asks what he was talking about and the man says that her boyfriend cheated on her a lot and that he could prove it. He then asks her to get in his car and tells her he could prove what he was talking about. He helps the woman into his car and makes sure she can hide so the other man can't find her. At this point, the other man appears and asks if they could leave. The man said yes, and then the other man handed him the suitcase and said he really needed to go to the airport. Inside the car, the man asks his boss if he was okay. He says the other man looked very different, but the other man says it wasn't a big deal. The man said his boss could tell him what was going on, and then the other man says he was tired of his wife. He asks what another man was talking about, and he says he couldn't stand being next to her anymore. He says that his wife was no longer the same as before and that she never looked good to him again, and that this was making him very dissatisfied with the relationship he was having. He said that now he really wanted to be with someone else and that he was thinking about who it could be, but at that moment the woman appears, asks what he was talking about. He is very surprised by the woman and asks what she was doing there. He then tells everyone to get out of the car, and they do. When the woman gets out of the car, she asks what the other man was talking about. He says that unfortunately it was true and that he couldn't stand being by her side anymore. She asks him if he really felt that way, and he says yes, because he couldn't stand being by her side anymore. He tells her that she was no longer the person he had fallen in love with and that he wanted to be with someone else. He said he was tired of being with her, and she said she was tired of being with him too. She says the truth was that she was also with someone else, and then gives the man a kiss. She says that now she was together with him, and the other man asks how long they had been together. She says that they had been together for a long time and that she didn't owe him any explanations. Since the other man didn't seem to mind that, she asked him if he was okay with what she had said. He said yes, and that he didn't care, and told the man that he hoped he would make the woman very happy because she was an amazing person. He says he doesn't want to talk about it anymore and then goes to the car to get his things to leave. He said he was tired of it all and that he hoped they would be happy, and then left. When he leaves, the man tells the woman that now they could be together, but she says that this would not happen, because despite what she had said at that time, she was still very much in love with her boyfriend. She said she was still very much in love with him, but the man says he knew it wasn't true and that she was really enjoying being by his side. He then gives the woman a kiss, and she says that she actually really enjoyed being with him and that she would give them a chance.